Today I want to talk a bit about Firebase Studio. So if you guys use before, let's say like Replit or also like Lovable, all right, so this is something very similar like that. Okay, it's all about AI coding. That means you don't really need to use you don't really need to learn a lot about coding, but you are still able to code something out pretty cool. Okay, so let's click on try Firebase Studio and let it load first. It takes some time. Okay, so once loaded, right, so basically my name is Justin, so you just need to type out what kind of web applications you want to do. Let's start something very simple. I want to build let's say a daily memo to track my task. Then you just press on prototype with AI. So what you can see here is this Firebase Studio is trying to figure out and trying to prompt out, all the coding and what kind of like coding platform to use in order to build this memo. It takes some time. So you can see from here, it start to load every single thing, like you see the date and the time display. These are all the fields that the AI is trying to, is trying to figure out what we need, and it just prompt out. And they also tell you what are the styles that they're going to use over here. You can change the style, it's no problem. Colors and everything can be changed, fields can be changed, everything can be changed. You just have to tell the AI what you want. So after that, just you can see from here, so it's currently using TypeScript, Next.js and Tailwind CSS. This is like a very famous stacks, I would say. So just prototype it. So you see, it's starting to write the code. It's very simple. Sometimes you may get into errors, but the AI will fix it for you easily. Alright, so you can see it starts to create environmental variables. Then it starts to install some of the libraries and so on. So yeah, you don't really need to, just have to sit down and drink coffee while you code. So if you guys are you don't have a very solid background of coding background, you can use AI to do a lot of like those web development projects actually. But it's good to have some basic coding skills lah. The reason why is because sometimes the AI might get trapped in a loop. You see, it keeps on looping and looping and looping, and yeah, AI can get you to where you are, but sometimes if you want to expand it to a very complex kind of system, right, that's a very challenging part, because it may crash, and it may crash, so it doesn't make sense. About Firebase Studio, right, let me tell you something. I like this this AI stuff because it doesn't require any token. Right, if you look at other web coding platform, right, they use a lot of token. Then you need to pay for the token. It is just like ChatGPT, which means that you need to pay. You need to pay for these, like for the AI to do work. But for Firebase Studio, nah, they don't charge us for that. So that's something that I really like, because why should we get paid, right? But you may be wondering, how can Firebase makes money, right, from all of this, right? Yeah, writing code is one of it, but you need to deploy it to a server. That's where they make money lah, actually. So yeah, you can see that it's starting to to write the all these like components. So if you know what is Next.js, you know what is components. Yeah, pretty much is doing all of that. So let it run. Let me tell you something about it. So for those of you, I mean, like if you graduate out from those computer science background, right, I would definitely ask you to to look into all these AI coding as well. If you're doing freelancing, definitely this is something that you want to look forward to. Even though with AI coding, right, you still need some technical background, like a bit of technical background, how to troubleshoot and debug it, or else you may have a lot of problem, especially when you build this kind of platform for your clients. So let's see. See over here, it is kind of requesting a Gemini API key lah. I do have the Gemini API key. One thing, I don't have to manually insert it, right? I can just pretty much like call it, right, okay, I just auto generate a key. So that's how it goes. So it takes some time to generate API key. let's see. Yeah, you see the tracker? Yeah, it's being done. You see, it's actually as simple as that. So yeah, that's it. Okay, let's try to see whether it works or not lah. Okay, let's try to see whether it works or not. Let's add some tasks, right? Let's add. Okay, let's say you can add some tasks. Let's say like pick up laundry from Mr. Miss Joe. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, you see the Gemini key has been updated lah. Okay. All right. The reason why is actually updating the Gemini key is because in the memo task, right? Let me show you. There's actually an AI part that I want the AI to fill up the blanks. But if you're not, kalau you memang tak guna the AI, right? So definitely you don't need the Gemini API keys over here. So let's see over here. Here I'm gonna write down here. Description is let's say pick up laundry. Pick up. Let's say as soon as possible. So I can write something like 2 shirts, 5 shorts, 5 maybe ties. Okay, something like that lah. And I'm gonna pick a date over here. Let's say I'm picking on the 20th. Right. Oh, does it work? Oh, this is the creating task, right? Oh, yeah, it's automatically lah. It's a deadline. This is a deadline, right? June 28. Okay, put it here. So the importance is pretty much like, is it high? Let's put it high importance. Right, create task. So you can see over here, important is high. That's a deadline that I need. So this is how it's done lah. Okay, then maybe I add another task pula. Let's say homework. Maybe like help. Okay, my son name is called Caden. In homework. Okay, so I want to pick a date over here. 10 lah, 23rd. Okay, then I put a medium, create task. So I may have another task. Let's say like maybe like meeting with Joe. Here we've discuss plan, renovation plan. Alright, okay, so I'm gonna put it at the same day. Let's say on the 20th, not same day, I'm not sure what was the previous day. Okay, so I have a lot of tasks over here. Can you see that? Right, so yeah, you can see I can have the task over here. So if I click here, I do not know what happened, must be something lah, right? And that, you can see there's a one word called prioritize with AI, right? You just imagine what happened. So there's a lot of tasks over here, right? Let's say I create another task on the, let's say on the 22nd lah, right? 22nd, I'm going to create another task on the 22nd. Let's say pick up Y from airport. Okay, 22nd. This is, let's say I put it important, high important. Y back from, let's say Langkawi. I create that. So you can see over here, you can see that pretty much it has been arranged in the kind of like this kind of order. Let's say I create another one more task lah. This one pick up that from, let's say from hospital. Let's say clinic lah. That needs help to finish from clinic. Okay, let's put it on the same date. Okay, so once I create a task, you can see all the tasks. If you realize something, right, you can see all the tasks are recorded. You see, it's very simple. Then if I use prioritize with AI, let's see what happens when you put prioritize. This is the part, right, whereby you will kind of like need the AI to the API key, remember those API keys. So if you want to use the AI to sort tasks, to do anything, right, this is the part whereby you want to do that actually. So you can see that. All right, okay, so you can see that everything has been there, right? So yeah, this is something like that. Let's say for example I pick up the laundry from Miss Joe homework, right, priority number 5. Let's see what happens what happens if I click on this. If I click on this, right, you see here, that means I've done the task. It means habis kerja already. Right. So this is basically what AI is all about. It's something very, very simple. But can you do more than this? Yes, you can do more than this. Let's say even I change the color, for example. Let's change the font. I would like the font to be bigger. The task. Let's see what it does. Okay, so basically they ask you like the title or what? Yeah, I think the title. Yes, the name title must be bigger. If you ask me to rate this app, right, in terms of the design, in terms of the slickiness, I think it's fine to create a simple app like this. But you'll be asking, can I make a more complicated app by using Firebase? I would say right now, I would say a medium complex kind of coding is possible. But if it's too complex, then it might be a bit hard. So let's see first. Got it. Make it bigger. The task item, component ledger, updated the text 2L. Does it increase the size? Not really. Make it larger. Let's see whether it is getting bigger or not. Okay, so it's trying to compile the code right again, and let's see whether it's going to be bigger than the previous one or not. Okay, bump the text to 2x to 3x and the task titles. Let me know if you like any other adjustment. I don't see any changes on the task. I don't see changes. Let's see. Can you refresh it? Because I don't see the fonts get larger. Changes I made last time might not have been applied correctly. Let's try again and see. Okay, so this is you will stumble upon all these funny thing. I'll do the task item that sometimes it will not work, you see. So that's the reason why you need some a basic coding to do it. I mean, I can just do it myself by changing it, but it looks like it is not working. Let's see whether if I refresh it, does it work or not. Yeah, it's not working. So task title should be larger, but I don't see it larger, right? I don't see it larger. So what is the problem? So just to do a simple task, sometimes we need to prompt many times. Or else, if you know a bit coding, right, you can just go inside, just change the code by yourself. It's even much faster. But we're not going to get into how to code this thing, basically. We just want to see whether it works or not. And I think it's going to be impossible to make this video short because, yeah, looks like Firebase Studio is good, but I think they still need a lot of improvement because sometimes doing something simple, they keep on prompting, it's very tiring also at the same time, right? So we want to make sure that I think the AI will still need to improve a bit more. Okay, let's see. You got it. I've increased the test size. I don't see it increasing. I'm updating the test item. Task item. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Should be saying, let me know the size that you're looking for. Okay. Let me see. I don't see this size getting larger. Okay, let me because it doesn't understand what I want maybe. So I'm gonna cut this thing. I'm gonna cut this, right? Okay. Because it looks like it doesn't understand. I'm gonna paste it over here. I need the title to have larger size. I don't see it having larger size. It might be I would say that when he writes the code, right, sometimes there may be some glitch or whatever, so you need to have to prompt it. Sometimes you just have to copy and just paste it there and see whether it works or not. That's how I do it. So AI coding, do you think it's worth your time learning? Yes, right. But in fact, right, if you're doing a very complicated kind of project, right, you need to prompt a lot. So sometimes, right, using when you prompt so much, right, it takes a lot of time, a lot of your time just to do something very, very simple, right? Just to keep on prompting and prompting. Right, so sometimes just code it by yourself is much better. Okay, I understand that the frustration when the changes doesn't appear. Let's try making larger. Looks like it doesn't get any larger than this. Alright, so something, hopefully it makes the changes visible. Looks like it is not. Alright, so I guess like sometimes you have some limitation like this lah, but I mean overall it's working fine. I don't want to waste my time, but if you wanted to make it better, right, you can keep on prompting and prompting. Eventually you'll fix the problem, right? Definitely you'll fix the problem, but you know, just to change the size of the text, right, sometimes it takes you 15 minutes. I just feel that way. See, right now we are just taking, but overall to create this kind of an app, right, I mean this kind of app, right, to create a prototype out, like, it's kind of like it does a good job. I mean, like if you write a code from zero, right, you probably takes you like couple of hours, but I've done it like maybe in 10 minutes, right? But if you change a certain font a certain times, like sometimes by prompting it doesn't work. So that's the reason why, right, it is good like if you yourself learn how to, you know, to you learn how to code itself, then you can make changes from here. So you can just press on just now whatever I'm pressing, right, then you can make the changes already. You can just go back to the code and do the changes. So sometimes it's much faster that way. You can just click on the top one, then you can see the code here and you can make the changes from here. So that's the reason why sometimes AI is definitely to help you, but it's not really going to solve all your problems. You still have to like hands-on. Banyak benda, alright? Now if you want to publish this code, right, you can just press publish. I'm not going to publish it. It's very simple. Just press publish and it will just publish by itself. Let me show it to you here. You can see. Oh, sorry. I guess, yeah, it's getting bigger. Maybe just not, it didn't refresh, right? It didn't refresh. That's the reason why we don't see it. Yeah, it's getting bigger. It's correct already. So, if you want to publish, just press publish, right? It will ask you to link to your Google account. Definitely, I'm not going to link it right now, because, yeah, you can do it and you can claim the $300 free credits, but after that, they'll start charging you. So, I'm not, just basically just tutorial it. So, that's all for today. Okay? Thank you. Bye.